Bernard, you happen to know Paul Destribats. Could you speak about the person and the collector?
Well, I met Paul Destribats a long time ago through my great friend Brigitte Cornon, who is an art critic. She's also a filmmaker, and she wanted to do a film on Guy Debord, the founder of Situationisme. And I guess she went to Guy Debord with Paul Destribats, who knew Guy Debord for a while. By the way, it seems to me that there is something between the spirit of Guy Debord and between Paul Destribats, which is similar. Both of them are, well, let's say, dreamers. Both of them have been involved in some political, adventures. And later, when I met again Paul, I was quite impressed by, of course, his collection, but also his way of being. And I loved to have lunch with him nearby this house on Rue Mazarine in an Italian restaurant. And he was always reconsidering the history of the world, his own history, his past when he moved, to Brazil. And I loved to talk with him about the way he developed this fantastic collection, and how he became close to many artists, how he was always like an hunter, searching something to make this collection as beautiful, as fantastic as it became. I loved also his wife, Chris, and I remembered having dinner with my own wife and anyway sharing times with them. She is a quite delicate person who I respect a lot.
And he sold part of his collection to Saint Pompidou, right?
Well, anyway, as you know, he decided to divide his collection and even his research in different lots. One was considered as, an important one, the history of the reviews, which he collected from all over the world. And we found, the possibilities to acquire and to make a fantastic book, which is totally sold out, about this first part of his collection. On the other side, he kept what he called petit papier, which means all the ephemerals, all the simple things, which you collect. It can be a tract, it can be, an invoice or something like that. And he made the most incredibly beautiful collection of these things. I would love to try to acquire them if they are for sale. And there was a third one, which is coming in auctions, This is this immense collection of books, of manuscripts, which he collected as a crazy guy. I was always talking about paintings with him, and anyway, I wanted to know if he tried, to make a collection of paintings, despite the fact that there was a few things, in his beautiful apartment. But he was always coming back, to the reviews. He was a man of papers, which he kept, on shelves in quite a perfect order, And I remember also the fact that he was extremely proud when he could complete a series of books of, a series of different colors of the same, you know, envoys. He was obsessional, and I do love obsessional persons. In the same time, we must we must talk about the fact that he loved to drive his Porsche. Quite a long time ago, I was the director of the museums of Marseille, and I had an important exhibition which I called Poésie and Peinture. It was in the early 90s. And he said to me, I will bring what I agree to lend you by myself. And he went with the Porsche. He had a lot of Porsche, I don't know how many, always the same one, beautiful, you know, Porsche, you know, to Marseille. And I saw this almost old guy, you know, bringing by himself what I guess he considered maybe like his own babies, and putting them inside the vitrines or inside, you know, the different locations which were dispatched inside, you know, the museum. I remember also, you know, his beautiful flannel suit from, you know, I guess Berluti, or I don't know where, or from always the same
Taylor.
And he was elegant, discreet, and I guess some people who definitely had a fantastic life. He was maybe a wonderful parrot.
Merci.